Here's a little professional tip. If you're about to do a recording, well, if you're going to do anything with your voice, don't drink milk before. It kind of like coats your throat and you're going to find yourself clearing your throat a lot. I remember that was one tip they said above all else back when I used to do stage plays in high school. It said, don't drink milk before the show. Just drink water. Drink water the entire time the show's on. Like, okay, we're doing it for 2 weeks. Don't drink milk at all. Of course, none of us really listen to that 100%, but it's good practice because if you're about to record, that keeps happening. You're constantly clearing your throat. Anyways, the point of this episode is pretty cut and dry. It's a bit of a straw poll, and I want to ask you guys what you think. So please let me know in the comments below. What I've been doing over the last few days, I'm going to continue it for, I'd say, at least another 2 weeks just to see how I can keep up with it. Let's push it further than that. Let's say the next month. I'm going to be doing this sort of little trial where the consistent series that I'm going to be doing will be Stardew Valley. As you've noticed, really like that game. But for one thing, I recognize that just relying on Stardew Valley to be the thing that I put up, that gets boring pretty quick. Not for me. I could play that for days and days and days, as you've seen. But I recognize it's not something people want to see all the time, at least not by itself. So my plan is to have Stardew Valley being the consistent series for the time being that I'll be putting up. But alongside that, the other Let's Play video that I'll be doing will change. Right now, it's Splatter, although that should be finishing up pretty soon. And then after that, move on to another game and keep it going like that. And I'm not sure if this will be an ongoing thing, but this is an experiment to kind of see how that works. And in this video, let me know what you guys think of the initial idea in the comments section below. And then I guess we'll do sort of like an update in about a month's time to see if you guys liked it, yay or nay. Should I keep doing that? Should I stop? And I'll give you my opinion on it, how I've found it. Because looking at how other Let's Play channels do things, I mean, the one thing I notice off the bat is that the vast majority of them change it up constantly. In fact, sometimes it's every single day. It's a brand new thing. And I like that, but I also recognize my own limitations. One of them being, well, I mean, there are a lot of deals. I mean, Steam is where I get most of my games, and there are a ton of deals on there. No shortage of games to choose from, to be sure. But I do like a certain consistency with what I'm playing. And if it's a game like Stardew Valley, not only do I want to play a lot of it, I want to take my time to get as much out of the experience as possible. There are ones that are nice and short and sweet that I can just blast through, like Splatter, and those are great too. So instead of like jumping between the two and constantly coming back and forth, I thought we'll try and see if I can do 2 uploads a day, one being part of a consistent series, Stardew Valley in this case, and the other being whatever sort of like quick, fun one I can find in the interim, and switch those two back and forth. The thought had crossed my mind to, maybe you could do 2 consistent series, but even that gets a little boring in its own way, because then you're just like, well, it's just going to be those 2 for who knows how long. So at least this way, there's the long play of Stardew Valley, or whatever precedes. No, precedes is what comes before, or precedes what comes afterwards. Well, now I got a word to look up today. Anyway, you get what I mean. Whatever follows it, we'll say that. And then the constantly changing aspect of the game that's coming. What am I trying to say here? There'll be the long form and the short form. There we go. The game that I'm going to be playing for who knows how long, and the ones that are chopped up in between. Think of it like a main course and an appetizer. Possibly not in that order. I think you know what I'm trying to say, though. So, if you think that's an interesting idea, you have some suggestions, or even some additions, if you think there's a completely different way I haven't considered to go about finding that sort of equality between something I'm going to be playing a lot and still keeping things fresh, adding some good variety, I'd love to hear in the comments section below. So, please, feel free. And until next time, my name's Rye. You guys take care of yourselves.